Hi, and welcome to Have a Chat. I am your host today, Veronique Arsenault, joined, of course, by my incredibly not spooky, but beautiful co-host, Judy Loge.
I thought about coming spooky, and I thought, here it is. You know, I don't have to do any more. So happy Halloween, everybody!
I'm with you. Yeah, and it is actually Halloween. If you're watching the show live today, which we love when you do, it is actually Halloween today. So it will be a spooktacular day for everybody.
And weather-wise, I was kind of hoping, stop, Judy, that it would rain hard because we wouldn't get as many. But it's a beautiful sunny day. So, in all sincerity, I hope the kids come out and have a beautiful time tonight.
Well, and it's interesting because a couple of years ago, it snowed like the 23rd of October, like plowable snow, and then it never stopped. But this year it's like 15 degrees,
so the kids will be out in full force.
Yeah,
and that's good for them. I'm happy. It's once a year.
I know it is. It's not my favorite event day, but that's okay. I know I do appreciate others who enjoy it. So Judy, you are going to kick us off today with your quote.
Yes. So my quote is by William Hardy Hill Steiner. Ooh. Yeah, he's a developer. He's into entertainment. He does public speaking. He's just a really happening businessman. The quote reads, "When a person forgets common decency and compassion towards another, then we as a society have lost focus on our purpose as humans." True.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Life isn't about what you get, it's about what you give, right?
And when I read that quote, I thought, well, we'll touch on it. And my first thought was that social networking probably has a lot to do with the decline in common decency and empathy and compassion, because people are not interacting like they used to.
No, it's true. And it's really easy to sit behind a keyboard and spout off whatever it is that you may be thinking in that moment.
Yeah, and unless you're out there seeing homeless people, or you're out there looking at those who are addicted and struggling, or you're into someone's home who's crying because they have a terrible illness, then how can we see and help, right? So there are so many people that are isolated from the world right now, especially the past 2 years, that we're not able to engage like we would if we saw them every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think sometimes compassion or empathy is tough to understand, and it takes a lot of hard work actually to be empathetic towards other people. So I may not understand what you're going through, but I can absolutely feel like I want to support you
and listen
and be there for you, even if I have absolutely no idea how you could have landed in whatever it may be or whatever has happened. Maybe I will never relate to it, but I can absolutely walk beside you as you journey through it.
And just that spin again on social networking, like children are no longer out and about and seeing that kids are hurting so much. I mean, yes, in school perhaps, and on the playground, of course, they see a lot of each other in it. But with the COVID, they're more in their homes, they have been, and they're not able to see so much the bullying, to stand up for other people and that kind of thing. So let's just show compassion, everybody, for everyone out there. Everyone's walking with some struggle, and so be there and reach out and help.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've all got stuff we're going through, right? It's tough. It's tough in general. Thinking about the weekend, though, how was your weekend?
Glorious.
Yeah.
When it's 20 degrees in October, it's heavenly, and I took advantage of it. I, as you know, have my beautiful dog, Zara, and she loves to walk and play and get out in the leaves and hustle about. So we did a couple of really beautiful fall walks I did with her, and she had a grand time. And we were able to have a lovely brunch, Gerard and I, at a home of a friend's with perhaps 20 people there all together. And it was lovely because people from far away, not far, but from Ottawa, attended. And that would be Dr. Tony Tan, his wife Yvette, and daughter Charlene, who I had not seen in about 4 years, but who the Miramichiers haven't seen in many, because he was a general surgeon here from 1969 until not that very long ago, and he moved away and of course retired long before he moved away. But sensational people, beautiful gathering, good food, good talk. And then that afternoon we went to an open house for those who may know the lovely Shirley McDonald from Miramichi, who turned 90. And again, I saw people that I hadn't seen there in 40 years. Her children.
Aww.
and a girl I had not seen in probably maybe even 45. So it was a spectacular reunion with people from my past.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Beautiful.
What a nice way to spend the weekend, and I mean it was a gorgeous one weather-wise. You know, a little cooler as we get, but really can't complain. And so yeah, it must have been actually quite heartening to do that.
Well, when you say, hey, I haven't seen you in 40 years and they still kind of look the same, you're thinking, am I not growing up, or are they not growing up? Or people, of course, change, but they were very recognizable. And, you know, sometimes 40 years can really do a number on people's looks, whether they've had a hard, stressful time and have aged more rapidly or what have you. But I was just thrilled to reunite because I'm a very, as you know, social person, and to catch up. We did some really good catching up.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Yeah, it's funny. I had really... So the last 8 weeks or so have been pretty flat out for me. I mean, they're regular flat out, and then there's like really, really flat out where it never stops. And so, like, you know, most weekends there's been 3 or 4 events on any given day, and I love to go to those things because for me, one, I get to see what's happening in the city. I get to be part of that. I get to promote it a little bit through my own social media. But 2, it's an opportunity that I have that I've always tried to take, you know, to get feedback actually from people out and about, right? So I try to go to most things that I get invited to because I find it one, I love to see these things, but 2, it's an opportunity for citizens to talk to me.
And
right?
you're very social besides that, like
I am,
a personality that likes to be around people.
Absolutely. So it's been a little bit heavier the last 8 weeks, you know, as we came out of the summer, and anyway, so this weekend past, I was kind of looking forward to a little bit of a quieter weekend because you know I still have to do laundry, right?
Even though there's a life outside of your engagements, yes.
Even though there's 4 or 5 events going on a Saturday, I still have to do laundry and wash the floors and all that stuff. So I was kind of looking forward to a kind of a quieter weekend. And anyway, so ended up volunteering at the Legion on Saturday night. There was an event taking place, and it was a wonderful family reunion. And it was so wonderful to see them all gathering together and enjoying each other. And I went, even though I had planned on not volunteering, I went because most of the volunteers at the Legion that I get to work with, because I'm on the Legion executive, you know, they're in their 70s and their 80s, and I think, you know, there they are still after 30, 40 years volunteering their time and
giving back,
you know, serving plates and carrying, you know, dishes and washing dishes and everything. It's, you know, I can give up a couple hours. It's not a big deal. So anyway, I had the most wonderful time listening to stories as the families, you know, as I was bringing out dinner, everybody was telling me stories about their, you know, family member that they hadn't seen in a little while. And, you know, got to meet some lovely people who watch our show as well, which was great. So yeah, that was Saturday.
Happy.
Yeah. And then Sunday, I didn't do much outside of the home.
Good.
Because I scrubbed floors and I did laundry and I did all of that stuff, but I actually didn't leave the house. So it was a good balance weekend for me. Yeah.
Good. Well, I have to say a beautiful happy birthday to our eldest son, Evan, who is 31 today, and my firstborn, and he's been a sheer joy all of his years growing up, and is still, you know, just the apple of my eye, along with my other son today. As he was as a baby. So thank you for everything, Evan, if you happen to catch this show, that you've done to bring joy to our lives. And to my nephew, Colleen's my sister, I have a younger sister, Jennifer, and then Colleen's my 9-year younger sister. Her son's celebrating his 15th birthday today. So we are Halloween mamas. So happy birthday to you, Trent. And I will see you later with some celebration and a gift. And it's a very happy occasion for our family today.
Hard to believe, that 2 sisters had 2 babies on Halloween.
And my brother, Bruce, had a son born on October 28th.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I had Jansen on December 24th. So I'm a holiday gal, I guess.
Yes, I think you like the holidays.
Did. And Jansen, our youngest son, is having a reading break. He is doing his French law at University of Moncton right now. And he took his reading break and went over to the UK. So he's been over there having a beautiful time and went to Dublin on the weekend and flew back again last night. It was only, I think, an hour commute.
Yeah.
And reasonably priced. So he took advantage of that, toured around Dublin, and now is back in the UK until his reading break's over
Aw.
So live
What a great trip.
Live life. COVID's over. He's been just locked up for so long with the other young people. It's time to move on.
Yeah, no, what a wonderful. Listen, I'm a huge supporter of travel.
Travel, I love it.
I absolutely will travel given any
Yes,
chance I
yes,
can.
me
So what a
too.
wonderful opportunity for him,
Yeah.
and a good brain break as well, because
Very much
I
so.
imagine his course load is quite heavy.
Yep, and he can take stuff with him if he has to,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
look it over.
In this virtual world, absolutely. So it is Halloween today, and we were talking off air a little bit about consuming the Halloween treats that are in the house. I know it's absolutely me. It is absolutely me. So I was trying to be really sensible this year and bought the Halloween treats a little bit later, because last year I bought them really early because I thought, oh, the stores will run out, which they absolutely do. But anyway, I bought the Halloween treats a little bit later. Then I left them in the garage.
Good
Right?
move.
Because I thought, I'm not going to go out to the garage and grab, a snack here and there.
Ha!
That was incorrect. I did go out to the garage.
They called your name.
They did call my name. Now, I will say this. So I bought enough treats. We bought three different types of treats, and I bought enough treats for 300 kids, because we do get a lot of kids in the neighborhood, right?
Same neighborhood as
Yeah,
I'm in.
exactly. We're only a street apart. So I did buy a lot, but so we ate one box of treats. So we have multiple boxes. So we ate one box of treats and then one bag of treats. So actually I did quite better than I did last year.
You don't find it makes you sick?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I can't, because my
Absolutely.
stomach would be overkill of sugar and I'd be nauseated and everything else.
Yeah, so they're the mini chocolate bars. That was the box I ate. So, so I learned that if I eat 5 mini chocolate bars in one sitting, I'm okay. I'm as happy as a clam. Once I eat that 6th, which I did test out that theory, then I start to feel gross.
Yeah.
It was not good. Yeah.
I hope to heck we don't have leftovers tonight,
I
because
know.
they start coming to our home like 4 hours straight out, and
Yeah.
then whatever's left I probably will get into.
Well, that's the problem. And I didn't buy chips
Oh, I love
purposely because I love them.
Me too, but I didn't open them yet. Aren't you proud?
Yes. I'll be over to your house.
Okay. Very good. You come along.
But we want to wish all of the young people, the children, the teenagers, the parents, everybody that's going out trick-or-treating today, we want to wish you an absolutely wonderful evening, a safe evening. We can't wait to see you at the door, because we know that there's going to be a lot. My mom is going to be there with me. My dad is going to be there with me. My cousin is coming up the street to spend some time as well, because this is a big production for us.
I'm going to be there with me alone. With my dog upstairs, my husband trying to avoid all of his patients
There
that
you
come
go.
and say, "Is Dr. Loche home?"
Yes, I know. Oh, incredible.
So the poor man.
I know, incredible. So anyway, really looking forward to it tonight.
Yes.
Halloween's not my thing, but looking forward to seeing all of the costumes this evening, and just seeing some smiling faces, to be honest with you. So some shocking news out of the States over the weekend. Paul Pelosi, husband to Nancy Pelosi, who is a politician in the States, was attacked with a hammer, and he's an 82-year-old man.
I was so appalled. I was watching the news, and I was actually physically sick-ish to my stomach. I really was. That dear man, of course, she's the House Speaker, and she was away, and they live in San Francisco. He's a very well-known and very highly successful businessman, worth millions and millions of dollars with what he has under his belt with development and such. But what a dear man to be laying there in his home, and for this intruder, this 42-year-old man, this person that said the same words that they did when the insurrection took place January 6th, "Where's Nancy?" He was there to get her. And I think, from what I understand, that the man, Mr. Pelosi, had a hammer, and it was a struggle between them, so therefore the hammer got turned on him, Paul Pelosi, and he had a really bad skull fracture and several really bad injuries to his arm and such. But he used a code which would be in place to get through to the dispatch, and so they were very, very quick to get there and help him. And now this guy's going to be up on charges for, obviously for attempted murder and other felonies. But so what's going on, Veronique? It's a very, very sad world when you see our politicians not just politicians, there's such crime all over the world, but our politicians who have been put there to do business in their municipalities, their cities, their nation, and they didn't sign up to be harmed, nor did their families. No. And I really do love Nancy Pelosi. She's 82 years old herself. She flew home to be by her husband's side, and he is recovering, which is the good news, but it's a scary time with the election around the corner. Terrifying.
It's horrifying. And, everybody says, I can do a better job than the elected officials. Then absolutely run. Absolutely. We need more people involved in politics at every level of every government. We need better people involved in politics. It doesn't always have to be the same people, for sure. But if you think that, solving the problem is by attacking someone's husband physically to do them harm, and obviously was looking for the speaker herself, like, it's horrifying to me that that's the thought process there.
And what happened again, I'm still going back to the horrific happenings at the Capitol.
Yeah, absolutely.
When they stormed in and said, again, where's Nancy?
Yeah,
I mean, if I was her, I'd be afraid of my own shadow at this point, so the security is going to be hugely present.
Absolutely. But you know what? Some other great news that happened over the weekend that we didn't mention in relation to Halloween was the Point Church's Trunk or Treat. Happened in the Newcastle downtown business district. Incredible.
I was at that party for my friend, but I heard it was nothing but sensational.
Listen, I took so many pictures. I saw so many amazing little costumes and kids, and the parents were dressed up. And I think they said somewhere around 1,700 children, youth, came through.
I know there's a lot of kids in our city, but I wouldn't have seen that many in one place at one time.
I know, exactly.
Even on the school playgrounds, I'm like, what?
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah, Ground Search and Rescue was there volunteering, and there was, the downtown business district and the Timberwolves and all of the businesses that put in cars that had their trunks open with the treats. Like, it was just
fantastic.
Amazing. Yeah, really a great initiative. Love seeing that action downtown in the park.
Me too. And how exciting for that, not just the parents to bring their children, but the children will be talking about that for weeks on end. That would be a highlight for their whole year.
Absolutely. So in our last minute, just before we go to break, we have amazing guests coming up. Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about the book that you just read.
Oh, that book I just read was fantastic. Real quickly, if you can pick it up, it's called The Sad Son by Claire B. Josephine. It's about a mom raising a mentally ill son. It is something that I was shocked by, that a woman that would go through that much raising her beloved son could incorporate humor into a book about such a sad, hugely hard to talk about topic, but she made it really, really, it was heavy, and she talked about the illness and what she went through, which was unbelievable, but she also made it very, very funny. Get it. The Sad Son by Claire B. Josephine. Excellent.
Thanks, Judy. So we'll be right back. Don't go too far. We have two amazing guests coming up right after the break. See you in a couple minutes. Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. I am your host today, Veronique Arsenault, joined, of course, by my wonderful co-host. The tongue stopped working.
Too much candy stuck in the roof of your mouth.
That's because I ate 50 of them. Judy Loge, of course, we're back.
Yes, back for more Have a Chat.
Yes, yeah, and we are joined by a wonderful guest, as we always are. We are so lucky every week to get the guests that we do, but Tiffany Gallivan is joining us, and we are very excited to have you for the very first time. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. She said yes, and I was like, yes.
I know.
Well, yes, thank you for the invite. It's awesome.
It's been a while.
We're excited to have you. So, Tiffany, tell the viewers a little bit about you.
Sure, yeah. So I was born and raised in Miramichi. I grew up here with quite an extensive family. Been, I guess, away now for probably about 15 years before I came back in the last 6. So yeah, I two boys up in the Northwest Territories. I work here in Miramichi, remotely and locally with the community and international type marketing activities. And so I'm in business and to digital marketing, and local promotion.
And she and I go way back to acting together in the
We did, yes, we did.
Nonsense.
Yes, that's right. And we did Annie before that.
It was Annie that you.
Annie.
Oh my gosh, I was the drunk Miss Hannigan, and
Yes, you were
she was
great.
one of my poor little things I had to
Yes.
attack and then
I've
be
actually
mean.
seen that one.
It was fun.
It was, it really was amazing.
At Miramichi Valley,
Yeah.
it was packed every night, and we did a great job, and you did a great job.
Oh, yeah, you too.
So we're here, and again, welcome. So you worked up in the Northwest Territories,
Yes.
and that's far away from Miramichi. So what took you up there, and what type of work were you carrying out up there?
Yeah, you know what? I really can't put my finger on exactly why I moved up to the Northwest Territories. This was way back, I guess, right after school. Did some college, did some high school, college, and then just packed my bags. I decided, Mom and Dad, I'm going up to the Northwest Territories. There was nobody I knew. There was no real draw, and so I decided that's where I was going.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I went up there. It was at this at the very birth of Facebook, and so I had gone on. I learned what Facebook was. It was back in 2007. I found a group that was called Yellowknife for Life. I found a roommate in this group. This is like new stuff, right? People weren't doing this back then. I'm pretty sure I can remember my dad pacing the night I had to go to the airport. He's going, "What is going?" I'm bringing my 20-year-old.
Yeah,
Young,
Absolutely.
so ambitious.
absolutely.
And so then off I went, what I said, 6 months, maybe a year, ended up being 10 years. I ended up running a restaurant and catering company while I was up there. Had both my children up there, 2 little boys that are now 11 and 9.
Ah, nice.
Yes. And so eventually we decided that the Northwest Territories was maybe, we were kind of outgrowing it. So we decided to move south. We had some career opportunities pop up into northern Alberta. So we went down there, in Alberta, Grand Prairie specifically. We ended up kind of getting involved in the community, and then I ended up finding a couple of really great opportunities in growth management. So I worked with businesses who were looking to expand their businesses, build new sales channels, or develop new products. So that really afforded me this really great opportunity to get into more of the digital space. I was really getting results with this new age stuff that I sort of stuck with all along, from 2007.
Good.
And then, then I started my company, the Valiant Modern Media, which I still operate today. And so we've been doing that now for about 10 years.
Go, girl.
It's amazing.
No, when you took off, you took off. You took off big.
It was ready to go. I was ready to fly away for sure.
You're a
but-
go-getter, business-minded woman.
Oh,
so
thank you.
when you have your mark set on something and you just keep building and building, you're going to see achievement, and you have.
It's just really been about curiosity. Like I've just been really curious and fascinated, and so it's just been this accidental career path essentially.
Beautiful.
You must have seen such an evolution, though, since you started in that digital space. And I remember when Facebook launched. I mean, I am older than Google. I'm even older than the internet, which makes me a little nauseous to say, but that's okay. But you must have seen such an evolution in the last number of years when you started in that digital space, and here you are now with your amazing company, and you're working here, but also working remotely for companies, across the world. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Oh, it's been incredible. It's been something, like I say, it's very accidental. When I got into the space, I was using social media. Social media was my step in. Started using social media to help businesses expand. So that was kind of the first route. But then as, things were evolving in the space itself, so as, developers and creators and these bright minds that are, these Silicon Valley, little gems, as they were working, I was on the receiving end picking up these pieces and going, what is this? And, what can I do with this? And then all of a sudden, we're blown away at these results we were getting. And, we were right on the leading edge of it and really seeing things unfold. Then we kind of get into the e-commerce things, which was like, you're shopping online. We were right on the edge of that. And we were, oh, wow, it was incredible to see just unfold and right in front of us. And so it was a point where I got to meet up with other people in the digital space all around the world, connect with them. And then that's when I really submerged myself into things and spent probably the better part of 6-7 years, learning everything I could, taking in whatever content I could, until eventually, the studying that I did, eventually my skills met up to that.
Yep.
And so I started being able to move forward almost in like a self-led kind of way, and building this career for myself that, we had no idea it was going in the direction it was. COVID really was the pivotal moment there.
Yes.
Everything went digital, so we never saw that coming. But we were really seeing things. And I remember at one point when we first started, I used to have to tell somebody, literally sell like a full hour sales pitch on why they needed a website.
Right.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, well, I don't think I need that.
Yeah.
And then now here we are, where I don't need a social media account, or I don't need that kind of marketing.
Such important tools in today's world.
Yeah, so we never would have guessed that here we are today, where it's an actual, you need this, you need these tools, you need these solutions for your businesses today to meet up with the consumers and what they're expecting from businesses.
Absolutely. So you did say that you work internationally and locally. So what are some of the services that you offer in regard to your Valiant Modern
Media.
Yes.
So tongue twister.
Valiant Modern Media.
Valiant Modern Media, yeah. So we do specifically websites, social media management. We do production development. We do programming. We're an end-to-end service company where we will take somebody just from a fresh idea right through into their growth of their business. And so we've been working with a number of clients locally as well as internationally, public relations, consumer development, so building these sales channels for different businesses in different ways and things like that. So it's really, really exciting, cutting edge, fun stuff. I don't feel like I'm working when I'm doing this stuff. It's amazing.
But you must have quite a team.
We do, yeah. There's about 23 of us. There were groups of contractors. Some of them are full-time employees. Some of them are just needed when some of this stuff is so specialized, right? That you just couldn't have somebody on your team 24/7.
No.
So there's these programmers that we've really connected with, and developers and production managers, and all this group of people who are all kind of in the same realm, and we're just helping each other out, and we've been able to build a really great team to get a lot of this stuff done.
Goodness. Yeah. I'm ready to get it all done, but you get it all done.
Get it all done.
I think it's amazing, and so many still don't understand the value of digital. I'll say, just even for my own last year, as we were campaigning to get elected, right? We were in the midst of COVID and things, we weren't able to go that traditional door to door, right? And so many of us were able to connect online with groups of people and host, Zooms and all that kind of stuff. But also, I get contacted on social media almost as much as I do out in the public. So it's an opportunity to connect as well. So I love that. So you got something new coming, though, and it sounds really exciting. So Headwaters Trading.
Yes. So we are opening. So we just moved into a new location with our office, but we've taken a bigger space than we've needed. We've remodeled the space downtown in Newcastle, right beside the Tim Hortons in Newcastle, so right on the square.
On the square?
Yeah,
Nice.
Same building as the Goodie Shop, but on the storefront.
Oh, yes.
On the street front, I should say.
Okay.
So we built a couple of offices there for our company, but then we've left basically the rest of the shop to build what we called Headwaters Trading Post. So Headwaters is essentially a gift and souvenir shop for Miramichi. And I was so darn excited. We've been building products, we've been designing different things, we've been in production, we've been working for ages on it. Creating all these really exciting things. We've taken really key components of the community, and we've gone ahead and designed locally inspired graphics and sayings, and we've really kind of taken our community and kind of brought it together in this space. Taking in some of the nonprofits and bringing some of their pieces, and we're calling it a community trading post because we want people to really see it as a touch point for the community. So nonprofits that might not have a storefront or might not have a drop-off location for this or that, that we're willing to sell these products in our store, but also offer that touch point and really help out the community that way. So, we've got some partners already. We've got the Miramichi Timberwolves will be selling their stuff with us.
Nice. Fantastic.
And then all the other great things that we're creating, right? So all the T-shirts and the...
Tell us all about it. I'm so excited.
Do we have more time?
Yes. I want to know what our viewers can find in your store.
Yeah, so we've gone ahead. We've done some coasters. We've done some beautiful stone coasters that we've taken the city's map and the river's map, and we've created, superimposed them on some of those items. We've got some beautiful mugs that we've created based on, again, we've taken graphics, taken some new age design pieces, but we've inspired the design for say the Ritchie's Wharf. So we've got some really sweet designs of the Ritchie's Wharf done in a modern kind of way.
I know, I can't wait.
Yes, and we've
different.
Postcards and keychains, and we've kind of gone a little bit like on the nautical side of things. So we've got some really neat little gift buying, and I've got a really fun section of toys for the kids. So a children's section.
That's lovely.
Yeah, some really fun. We've got some cool fidgets. I've got this one product that I've purchased so many of them. I hope everyone loves them. But they're these squirrels, these squeezy squirrels, and it's this little log. You squeeze the log, and the little head pops up. And it's just all these little fun things that kids can come in and just play with. And we're really excited.
Well, you didn't have enough to do, so I'm really glad you opened up this store.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. But it's really interesting because we were talking at council one night. We were talking about Ritchie's Wharf, and I kept saying, I wish we had a souvenir shop somewhere.
Well, here we are.
Thank you.
It's so true. We're getting more and more tourists coming through, all seasons, not just summer.
No.
But we'll have them coming through for fall events
absolutely.
and for Christmas to visit family. They'll want to take things back or maybe shop. We're close to being into the Christmas shopping time.
I know.
Oh, I hate to say
Right
that.
on the edge of it.
But like you said, why not go and get something from the Miramichi that's produced and something new and edgy, like you said. Are there also T-shirts?
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we've got a whole array of locally inspired designs that we've put on T-shirts. So we've got some I think would be like like the masts, some ship stuff. We've got some of the Ritchie's Wharf. We've got a really cool crest of the Ritchie's Wharf, really young and fresh, but still anybody of any age can wear it and cool and fresh.
Nice.
So exciting.
I'm getting to ideas because I'm going to start a little bit earlier. I always leave it to last minute.
Yeah.
And you could even get a T-shirt of us three with "Have a Chat" on the front of it. Be inspired.
Be inspired.
Or not.
Locally inspired.
Yeah, no, it's okay if I'm not on a T-shirt. It's okay.
We're really focusing on the stores. I really want people who've come from away and who live here now. We've got such a crowd of people that are proud of where they live, and they want to, share a little piece of that.
They do.
And so sending that, I can remember living up in the Northwest Territories, Mom sending me, Miramichi stuff. So I'm like, Mom would send that to me.
It's special, and I relate to that because my sister lives overseas.
Yeah.
She's over in Spain, and so I think every year, she gets homesick. If she can't get home for Christmas or around that time of the year, then she would, like last year, I got her an ornament that said Miramichi on it to put in her package, and she was like, now I have something from the Miramichi on my tree.
And we do have those.
Oh, you do? You have ornaments too?
Ornaments.
So there's a lot of ideas, folks.
Yes, come see us.
So, given that the shopping season is, about to start, really, when do you open?
Ooh, we're hoping for next Monday, November 7th.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if all the stars continue to align and all the retail gods
Love you back.
open their hands to me, then yes, here I will open my doors on November 7th. So
And you wouldn't need a whole lot of people to be there, but there's another opportunity for employment for somebody.
Absolutely. So
another job.
Are some of your staff local, like for the shop and for
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, for both companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We've got a lot of really good creative developers, so photographers, videographers, copywriters, artists, graphic designers. We've got a really good for that section of it. But then with our store, it will be family run and family operated. So our family is all kind of chipping in different ways. My little boys, they have big plans.
She comes from a beautiful family from the Miramichi too, that have been here for many, many years, and we love your family.
Oh, thank
the
you.
Gallimans are a very special lot of people.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, a lot of memories coming from the bookstore, the old bookstore.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And your
Gallimans,
granddad,
my grandfather.
Gallivant, and Lourdes was your grandmother.
Yes.
Now listen, what can I ask you? What of all of the things you just talked about are you most proud of? I know you're proud of it all because you've been your concept and you've developed and you've done so much. But when I say what are you most proud of, what just jumps to your mind?
In life or career-wise?
Of your success in business.
Oh, my business.
And
What
what
am I
you've
most proud of?
developed.
I think for a long time, which I think is maybe a bit of a mindset thing, I really felt like I was behind the ball. I was working late nights. I wasn't going out. I wasn't maybe building some friendships or out socially or doing all those things. And then sometimes it felt daunting. But then the pin came out. That tipping point happened, and it was just like, oh gosh, okay, it was worth it. Like okay, I did it. I am that, position I want to be in. How did it happen? I don't know. Yeah. How did I get some of these clients? Who am I working with? Oh my gosh, like these are some of the brightest people in the world. And so I spend those moments sometimes going, they just called me Tiff. We build these relationships that at one point felt so out of reach, but digitally, again, the gift of digital is that it's connected so many people from so many corners of the earth. Yeah. So I have these people, these incredibly talented individuals that I work and partner with, and we're close, we're friends, we're connected, and it's only happened because the internet has allowed us that opportunity to sit, let's say in Studio City in LA, and then downtown Newcastle. So here we are, having these moments, and then that's just.
Well,
amazing.
We're very proud of you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
In our last 30 seconds, tell everybody how to get a hold of you if they need you.
Oh, you can find me online, TiffanyGallivan.com, Miramichi, downtown Newcastle on the square at 120 Newcastle Boulevard. That's where our office and our store is. We've got headwaters, Miramichi.com, ValiantModernMedia.com. You can find us on social media. You can't find me.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Listen, we want to say a huge thank you to Tiffany for joining us today. Don't go too far, everybody. I love to tell you to grab a snack. So grab one of those, and we'll be back with another great guest right after the break.
Thank you. Yep.
Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. We are just heading into our last segment. We've had a phenomenal show thus far, as we always do, because we are so lucky to get the guests that we do. I am your host today, Veronique Arsenault, joined, of course, by my wonderful co-host, Judy Loge.
Always a pleasure to be here with you, Veronique, and our lovely guests. And, of course, you, our viewers, that tune in to Rogers for Have a Chat every week. Thank you.
We're very lucky. We're very lucky. But we are so excited, actually, right now to welcome the incredibly talented Marjorie Gandon, who is the president of the Miramichi Quilt Guild. And I am in awe of the work that you all have done. It's stunning. It's stunning. But welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So for those out there who don't know you, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Marjorie Gandon. I was born in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, Labrador.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Wow. No, I don't often hear that.
I know that.
But I grew up there and was raised there, and so my husband, it's a big Air Force base there, so my husband got posted there from the Canadian Forces, and we met and got married. Never ever thought I'd leave. But we ended up leaving and got married in December, got to Chilliwack, BC in January, which was quite the shock.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yes. So at first I was really nervous, and I thought, small town, never been out around much. But I started to realize, people are just people. It doesn't matter where you're from.
That's
and we really just embraced it all and truly enjoyed it. And while we were there, I found out I couldn't have any children, but we adopted our son Christopher there.
We love your son.
So do we.
He's coming on the show one day too, so folks,
He's
get
been
ready.
such a blessing to
Yes,
us.
Chris
Very
Gandon.
good.
Yes.
So that happened just before we left there. Then we got noticed we were going to be posted to Ottawa. So we were all ready. We went on the house hunting and everything, had it all arranged. And then they phoned us and said, nope, we changed it. You're going to Chatham, New Brunswick. We were like, oh, okay.
Wow.
So we left.
Just so similar in cities.
Oh my gosh, Veronique's done all this too.
So we left Chilliwack and drove here. And we were so excited to be back east. I felt a little bit like coming home in some sense.
Yeah.
So that was really nice, and we loved it here. What a beautiful place to bring up children.
It is. It certainly is.
Oh, my husband would get off early in the summer, and I'd have the lunch bag all packed and picnics, and we'd go up to the beach and just just be. It was so
Beautiful.
wonderful.
So you're loving it here.
Yeah, so from then we went on to a few different places, and we had quite a bit of time posted back in Labrador again, which was a great treat. But when Jill went to retire, we thought, okay, Labrador is nice, we both loved it, but kind of still isolated somewhat, and like if you had to go to a hospital, you had to be medevaced out to Newfoundland,
Right,
which
yeah.
is quite the
Yeah,
trek,
which I
really.
said was Newfoundland,
Yes.
because I've only been to Newfoundland,
Yes,
not Labrador.
yes.
Pardon me for that.
And it is the same province, but still
Yeah.
quite a ways.
Yes.
So anyways, we thought about it, and then we figured, well, we'll go to his hometown in Ontario. So we went there and bought the house, and we weren't there long when we realized, oh,
No.
not for us.
Not quite the same,
No.
eh?
We really missed the East. So
Yeah.
then we were like, okay, now what are we going to do? So we thought, when we were thinking about different places we've been in Winnipeg and different places too, and we loved them all actually. But anyway, so we started thinking about it. We said, we were in New Brunswick, and that was one of our favorite postings.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we look at that? So then we happened to find an article on the retirement village up here.
Yes.
And we thought, well, that's great. We don't have to buy a house.
Right.
If we don't like it, we can leave.
Yeah,
Like without,
yeah.
So we came up, and best thing we ever did.
Aw.
Well,
we
then
absolutely love it.
Happy to have you and your family
And then
here.
Christopher joined. Well,
Yeah.
he got here actually just before us, knowing that we were coming.
Yeah.
And he went to the college here, and he's made it home too now.
Yes.
Like
So
we're really
nice.
happy here. Best thing we ever did.
Good.
Yeah.
So we're here to ask you all about the Miramichi Quilt Guild.
Yes.
Now, I am not a quilter or a craft person. I'm a creative mind, but not a hands-on type person like you are with these beautiful things that you make along with the other members. So tell us when the Miramichi Quilt Guild was formed and who, if you do know, initiated that project.
Okay, it was formed in 1999, and there were 13 ladies. Some of them are still in our guild today. You might recognize some of the names. Of course, I don't know them all, not
Yeah.
being from here, but some of them are with us still. Joyce Atkins, Maureen English,
Yes.
Yes, Maureen, I know
Geraldine Gordon, Phyllis Innes,
I know of her.
Marilyn Richardson,
Yes.
Jackie Stevens, and Laura Blakely,
well. Blakely. Yeah.
and Vita Hashi, Judy Vitour,
Okay.
and then there's some deceased ones, Carmel Gage,
Gage, it looks like.
and Alphonsine McCree, Thelma Rogers, and Margaret Ross.
Thelma
Okay.
Rogers.
So
I
there
do know.
were 13 ladies that got
Wonderful.
together and
Aw.
started it going, and
Yeah.
we've grown a lot. I came here about 10 years ago, and at that time there was close to 100 members, if not over 100.
It's incredible.
And we were meeting at the Siemens at the time, and it was. I quilted a little bit when I was in Ontario. I took a couple courses, but I was still quite a beginner. But I thought, well, I'll go see what it's about here. And right away, I met the best bunch of women.
Good.
Totally embraced us, and now they're like family.
Yeah.
We're like a really close-knit group. So we were there for a few years, and we changed. We're at St. Michael's for a little, all depends on rent and different conditions. So now we're at the last few years, we've been at the Knights of Columbus in Chatham. But on Tuesday nights, we meet there, and we have like a meeting every once a week. And we might do like a business meeting, then we'll do show and tell, and like where we show our wares,
Yes.
what we've made. And then we have demo nights where we teach
Oh,
new
okay.
techniques to people, and just different. And we have like what we call them program nights, where like this might have been a
Yeah,
program
bring up
night.
some of these
This
beautiful
might have been a
things.
program night where someone showed us like how to, do a little craft.
I
And this
can't,
is
I can't believe the
gorgeous.
pieces.
And that's great.
Yeah.
You can put
That's just
yourself, your
beautiful.
iPad in it.
I'm
your
not
green-
messy, it says. I'm a creative.
I'm just messy.
In the crazy quilt of life, I'm glad you're in my block of
Yeah.
friends, and the fabric's gorgeous, the color's gorgeous, and that
Yeah,
will
I
fit your iPad.
iPad, like
Or
your,
other little-
this size paper,
Yes.
like little folders. It's great.
It's a
It's a
beautiful
very
item.
handy. It's got little pockets. So we do things like that. And then on Thursdays, which unlike most guilds, we meet again on Thursdays, those who want to and are available. We go over to Nelson to the, it's
The
a
white
friendly, friendly neighbors,
Oh, yes,
seniors
yeah.
or something. So we go there to the little white school, and we have work days where we go from 10 till 3.
Oh.
And that's kind of when we start really producing some of our things.
amazing.
And it's sad that not everybody can go because some of them are still working.
Yeah.
Most of us are seniors and retired, but,
Yeah.
but
Show
not
us
all.
just a couple more. I would like to
Okay.
see a couple
This is just
more.
another little bag.
Yeah.
It could be like for your toiletries.
Yes.
It could be for whatever you have.
And look at
And
this.
this is just a little
know.
wall hanging.
That
about-
is beautiful. The
it's-
Halloween hanging.
Yeah, it's just a little silhouette. And
beautiful.
and this is just a little Christmas table
Oh,
runner.
That's
So,
gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's really well. They're really beautifully
Oh, aren't
made
they
too,
done
and your
nice, eh?
fabrics are grand.
And then we do little things like mug rugs.
Mug
And
rugs.
mug rug is just a place for your mug
Yeah.
and a treat. So your little
Right.
treats can go there.
See, that's what I need.
Yes.
I need to limit my
yes,
space.
for
And
a
like
chocolate bar
sometimes-
and another chocolate
Yeah.
bar. That's
And sometimes when we go to, sometimes we'll go visit senior homes or a place like that. We'll leave them a little gift when we
Yeah.
leave.
For a cookie and a cup of tea or something.
And sometimes
That's-
it
See,
might
I
be
could-
just,
I could
sometimes
fit
it might
6
be
or 8
just
on
a coaster or
Yeah.
you know a little something that they can
it's a
use.
lovely item.
Beautiful.
So anyway, from
Oh.
but and then there's like bigger items
my
like
gosh,
this
look
is
at
a
this.
full size quilt.
It's a
that-
beauty.
Yes.
That's incredible.
And
Oh
that
my
was-
gosh,
that's
I
got
wish
a-
we could spread that
a
right
lot
out.
of little
What
different
a
techniques in this one.
beautiful-
All hand quilted by Betty Doyle and our quilt
Oh,
guild.
it's gorgeous.
And,
That's incredible.
Everything from roses
Yes,
to
hearts,
feathers to
all kinds of
and
little
it's
heart
and the little
border.
pieces in
Yeah,
here.
little yo-yos we call them.
Yo-yos. See, I
Okay.
wouldn't even know that. I would
No.
think that was something you played
And
with.
this is like a little bag, just a little kid's
Yes.
treat bag or school
That's a
bag,
nice thing
whatever
to
they want,
have.
gym
That's
bag.
the right size for my treats.
And but like, so some of them might use them for trick or treating even, or
Yeah.
what have you.
the
Absolutely.
ABCs and
Yeah.
the 1, 2, 3s,
Yes.
and that is adorable.
I love it.
And then we get out the last few years now.
Archery.
It's been popular.
Beautiful.
Has been these
Oh, it's
what we call wall hangings.
Oh my
Gorgeous.
goodness.
So the picture of the wall hanging is actually in there, but then the girls add borders to them.
Incredible.
Oh, it's horses on that.
Yes, this one's made for
Okay, we'll turn
a
it this
family
way
who's
for
got.
viewers because we have a
okay.
beautiful horse. And I think there's a colt on there.
Yes.
And I've seen these hanging in people's homes. And
Yes.
it's like that used to be like the murals, the
Yes,
tapestries.
yes,
yeah.
Tapestries,
and they're
but
like
now
that.
these
And
are the new
sometimes,
thing.
or sometimes they're like a lap quilt on the couch that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just throw over you. And on the back, it's got these beautiful little Christmas horseshoes.
Holly and horseshoes.
Yeah.
That's a dream.
So,
That
yes,
quilt.
Marjorie, were you always crafty?
No.
Like when did
Well, my mom always was, but I was too wild.
Yeah.
I was about.
Now we have another show topic.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait, Marjorie.
So anyway, but when I always like to do crafts, a few little things I'd get together. Mostly when we got posted, a bunch of military wives, or we join a group in town, or what have you. Matter of fact, when I was here, there was a few people we'd get together, and we'd make a few little crafts. In the mall at the time, that was over in Douglastown, there was like a little small craft store in there, and we'd
Yes,
go
I
over and
remember, yeah.
get a little package, and we'd all go back and do it. So we would start there. So just going on like that. But when we did retire, I went to Ontario. I thought, okay, it was a French community, and I don't speak French. My husband's French. But anyway, I thought, okay, what am I going to do? But the town next to us was English. So I went up there and took a quilt class. So that's kind of how I started there.
Yeah.
And then there was a few of us from the quilt class. We just made a little sewing group. So we would get together once a week and just do projects. So from there, we moved here, and I joined the guild, and it's been go, go, go.
Oh.
I did have a stroke back 3 years ago.
I'm sorry.
So, oh no, I'm doing much better now. A great hospital, by the way.
Yes.
And so I'm back to kind of like a beginner again in some way. Like my motor skills aren't what they were.
Yeah.
But the girls have been. I tell you, it's like a big family.
Sisters.
They come and they get me when I couldn't walk, and they say, "Okay, you're coming for a drive,
Yeah.
just to get out of the house."
Yeah.
They're really a close group. But some of the things we've done over the years, like we do a lot of volunteer work. Like one is Victoria Quilts. I don't know if you've ever heard of Victoria
Oh, I've
Quilts.
made a few of those, I think, in my last life.
What it
No,
is,
I'm sorry, I don't.
it's from across Canada, and it's a group that, like, say if you know somebody that has cancer,
Yeah.
you can request a quilt for them.
Okay.
So for New Brunswick, our head place is in Moncton,
Yeah.
but our guild will get together and just make quilt tops. We do just the top, and it's for a single bed.
Okay.
And we send them down then to Moncton, and they have a volunteer group, and people donate backings and the binding and
Okay.
everything. So they sandwich them, put them together, quilt them, and then they keep them until they get requests. And you'll be surprised how many come back to the Miramichi. Like so when I was here 1 year, we've sent over 100 quilts down.
Oh my goodness.
And every year, some people make 10, 20 tops.
Yeah.
So we have a special day, usually in the spring, where we'll have a Victoria Quilts Work Day. Somebody might just be ironing, someone will be cutting, someone will be sewing. So we do a lot of that. And we had a letter back from a man, and he said, he said, I was alone when we had cancer. He said, and when I got this quilt, he said, I just felt it was like something my mother would have made.
Best
And he
gift.
said, I felt so, it was emotional for us to get the
Yeah,
card.
absolutely.
And we also do things like with the women's shelter, we've donated like toiletries. Sometimes we'll bring in, like, you go to hotels, sometimes you have little
Yes.
shampoos. We'll bring that kind of stuff in, and then we'll donate toilet paper or
Yeah.
things like that. And we've also, one year, we made over 100 pillow slips for children. And we brought them to the shelter and said, when the kids come in, they have nothing.
Yeah.
They just run.
Yeah.
So we thought, let them pick out their own pillow slip, and they can keep it. So it's a little something
That's
of
lovely,
theirs,
too.
Yeah.
So we do that, and then we also try to do at least one a year. Sometimes we've had more, but at least one, where a group in the community who are raising money can request a quilt, and we'll give it to them to sell tickets on.
Right.
Now, the Special Olympics got one from us a couple of years ago, and they rose, with the ticket sales, they made over $6,000.
Oh my heavens, that's
Yeah.
huge.
So the next year they come back and they said, we'll buy one from you.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So and they
absolutely.
sold,
Yeah,
so
fundraiser.
we did that and sold again. Now the other thing that we've given to Salvation Army, we've given to the food bank, like that. But now, then COVID hit, of course, and we were all like, oh dear. So, but we kept together online. We had little group things, and we had little newsletters going out, and we had little challenges. One was everybody make a COVID block, we called it. So when we got them all together, someone sewed them up, and then we donated that to, I think one went to the Literacy
Nice.
Yeah.
Foundation here.
Yes.
And the other thing then that came from that, one of the girls got a phone call from Shannix, and they were in desperate need of masks. So we made over 900 masks.
Marjorie,
Yeah,
900.
like not me.
No,
I
I'm
was
saying
still
that
at the
is
si-
one huge
That's
number
incredible.
and a lot of work.
And quite a challenge, and the
Yes.
ladies stepped up,
Yeah.
and they made them. Now, Shannix did buy them, and it
Yeah.
was a wonderful thing to have for us, because we're a nonprofit group, and what we make, we try to give back, So from that, we raised $6,000,
In
which
our
is
la-
out of this world.
That's incredible. In our last minute of the show, because that's
I'm
the
sorry.
time.
No,
No,
flies
it's
by.
wonderful. In our last minute of the show, are you still accepting members? Do you?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
This year we've had several new members, and some of them are really talented
Yeah.
quilters coming with new
Good.
ideas.
Yeah.
Some come, they don't even know a thing.
Yeah.
But we work with them, we show them, we do little demos, and like I said, on Thursdays, I've seen women who don't know how to do anything coming out at the end of the year making full quilts.
Oh.
So we
can
love
join.
No.
we love new members.
We're terrible at
And
this
it's only
stuff.
$20 a year to join.
$20 a year.
Yes, and it's a wonderful group.
Good.
We do retreats, we have fun, we just,
Aw.
so it's wonderful. Oh, one other thing,
Yeah.
very quick. The Nelson School got in contact with us this year for their enrichment program.
Yeah.
So they have 10 students that several of our girls go to the school in Nelson, and they're teaching them basic sewing, how to
Amazing.
thread, how to do the
Amazing.
things.
Really
So
nice.
they're in 6 block periods, and then now they're just starting their second block.
Oh,
beautiful.
But
We're
they're
about to go off the air.
But I'm just going to say they're going
Yes.
to enter into the youth challenge for the Canadian
Beautiful.
Quilt
Good.
Association.
We want to thank our guests. We had such a great show today,
Thank
and
you.
don't forget to get in touch with Marjorie if you want to learn how to quilt. So thank you to everybody. Have a great week
Bye,
and a very
everybody.
safe Halloween today.
Thank you. Bye.